If you could watch a video of yourself in the workplace, or you could show that video to your friends and family, would you and your friends and family recognize that person as you, or would that be a super different, super polished version of the person they know and love? And I don't know about you, but for most of us, when we enter the workplace, something happens. And that might not happen on day one, but over time, as we work somewhere for a while, we might look back and think, wow, I changed the way I dress, I changed the way I speak. There's certain words in my vocabulary that I never had before. Or I have this different sense of humor now. And those might all seem very innocent, but over time, those little changes can kind of add up and change something about our personality. And it can be hard to separate that professional selves from our personal selves. They might, overlap a little bit at some point. And I just find that so interesting how that happens. Like, it has happened to me as well. It has happened to many of my clients where you just notice subtle differences about the way we act and interact in the workplace. And that is supernatural. We all have this feeling of wanting to belong. That's not just for children in the workplace. All of us have this human need to be part of a group, to feel like we belong, we're accepted by others. And for that, we can subconsciously adapt ourselves a little bit and see what's expected of the group, like what are the unwritten rules, what are the expectations, and change accordingly so that we can blend in. The problem with that is that it's a false sense of belonging. If we don't really show who we are, and neither do our coworkers, we don't really belong together. We just have a surface level interaction and that's it. Like, we don't really know each other, so we can't really connect on a deeper level. We don't really know who we're working with, and they don't really know who we are either. And I just think this is such a shame, even though it's a supernatural human need and it's very normal to do this. I always wonder why. And we all have so many unique things to bring, and I think especially just that little sense of humor, that way you do your presentations, that way you show up, your unique ideas, that's what you bring to the table, and that's what is valuable for yourself but also for the company. And giving up those little things might seem very little, but over time it can really add up. And it can create this sort of professional persona that doesn't really have any uniqueness to bring anymore. And I think that's really, really, really a shame. So this is really a call for seeing where you can bring in a little more of your personality. And that doesn't mean that you have to share everything with everybody. Being yourself in the workplace isn't about oversharing or sharing all your stories with everyone. It's about being brave enough to show up as you are in a setting where that's maybe not expected or encouraged necessarily. So it really is about showing up as you are in the little things and maybe even setting an example by that. Because if you allow yourself to be seen by your coworkers as you are, they in turn can feel encouraged to show themselves as well. And that can actually create real connection and a real sense of belonging. And not only does that help in collaboration and, being better at what you do, it also allows everybody's unique perspective and unique gifts to really come to the surface and to really shine in the company. Because really new things and great things never come from just one group of people all being the same, doing the same thing over and over again. Innovation and anything new and creative always came from people who were brave enough to be different, to be unique, to show a little bit of something else. So whatever might be small, like it might be just a way you do your presentations. It might be in just the way you look at the same slides that everybody else looks at. Like, the little things are really what make a difference, and that really allows you to shine. It not only allows you to be happier at work, it also allows you to really bring out, what you really have to offer. And then the company really benefits from that as well. Now, if you really find that within your company there is no space for that, there's just really no space to show uniqueness, to change the way you dress or anything like that, or to show any personality, then that's really a good time to question if that's the right place for you. Or if you wouldn't want to work in a place where you can naturally be more like yourself, and that for that to be more encouraged. So
working is so much of our time. We spend so many of our waking hours working, most of us at least. And to really feel like you're only half a version of you or a sort of super professional version of you is really a shame, because that's so much of your time, it's so much of your energy, and you really dim your light by doing that. So I would love to hear your experiences on being in the workplace, if you feel like you can really bring yourself there, if you show different parts of you, or if you find yourself changing as you enter the workplace as well.